JMO with Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, November 11th, 11/11. Happy Veterans Day. Mm-hmm. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for all those who have served. Joe, we got a lot to get to. We unfortunately were not able to record last week because of we had some things going on.
Well, we had a bye week.
We had a bye week. Yes, we did.
We had our bye week.
It was a much needed bye week.
Yeah.
Did you get rested up? You were good?
Yep. Got rested up. I worked on the fundamentals.
Okay. Yeah, I had some stretching I had to do.
Yeah.
I honestly, I didn't go to the beach on my bye week. I did not. I actually grinded tape.
Did you?
And yes, I practiced.
Good for you.
Yeah. Not unlike our former coach Brian Kelly. We'll get into that. How was your bye week? Did you do anything cool, fun, exciting?
Bye week we got a dub in the rec basketball league, so we did get a dub.
All right, good. What's y'all's record now?
1-7.
We don't have to talk about it. Never mind. I don't. All right, but hey, you got the win though. You got a W.
Got the win.
Okay?
Got the win.
You and your rec league and the Saints are kind of on parallel. They're parallel.
Yeah, we're lacking of some athleticism. If you catch my drift on our roster.
Gotcha. So so not height. You got height, just not athleticism.
Yeah. We're all white.
Okay. Yeah, that one went right over my head.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
I messed that one up. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. You gotta get some black dudes in there, man.
Look, they learned that a long time ago when integrated schools happen.
Yeah.
That's when they learned, and we're a little bit behind on our basketball squad, but we'll learn.
Yeah. Okay.
One of these days.
It's just just branch out. My bye week was good. Like I said, I grinded some film. One thing I did want to say is unemployment is not for me. So, like I said a couple weeks ago, I stopped working at my previous job, and now I'm just unemployed. And
didn't have something lined up right after.
No, I didn't need anything lined up right after. I just had to get out of what I was doing. Unemployment is not for me. Sitting around doing nothing, I can't do it. I can't do it. Because I've been applying to jobs, and I've been doing the whole job search thing. There's only so many hours I can sit at my computer and fill out applications and redo my resume and practice my interview skills. I can't do this. This is not for me. I do not like being unemployed.
Yeah, because it's one thing if you have like a break from job to job. That's a little bit more relaxing, but not having the end of the tunnel, I can see that where that could be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, sitting around my house doing nothing is killing me. That's one of those things. Fortunately, I found some side work, so hopefully that'll keep me entertained. But yeah. Anyways, let's get into some football. Our bye week was a very eventful bye week. Where should we start? We're definitely gonna start with the LSU stuff. We had our All right, let's start at the beginning. Let's see. Jeff Landry, our governor.
Yep.
This is probably gonna just be a repeat for a lot of people, but our governor Jeff Landry got involved in our head coaching process, picking our head coaching, the whole process of picking our head coach.
Yep.
He came out and said Scott Woodward would not be involved. He specifically came out and said it began a whole thing.
Which is kind of wild because that whole press conference that he had was not intended for that. It wasn't actually, he didn't actually bring that on to announce that, but it was brought up as a question because previously, right after the Texas A&M game, they had fired Brian Kelly. So it was a hot topic in the state of Louisiana. And one of the news journalists actually asked that question about Brian Kelly because he knew that the acting state governor, because LSU does not have a president, or did not have a president at the time, acting president, that the delegation and authority would go to Jeff Landry.
Correct.
So he prompted that question, and then Jeff Landry just went on an absolute rant.
Yeah, no, and I think it sets a very, very bad precedent. How often do governors get involved in this type of stuff?
A little bit more than you would think in the state of Louisiana.
No, I meant like nationally.
Oh, probably not.
Probably.
I think it's probably more so just a Louisiana thing.
I don't understand this. This is not a good thing. This sets a bad precedent. That means any coach that comes in, maybe minus Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban might be the only coach that can come in and not have to worry about Jeff Landry.
That's true.
Any other coach is going to always have Jeff Landry breathing down their backs. And not only that, the new president and new AD who had Jeff Landry's approval before they were hired will also be there breathing down your back. So now it's like, who would want this job now? Like, it went from being the best job in the country to now it's like, I think it might be like the second or third.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it definitely is a lot of haziness, and like you said, I think the only way this actually gets remedied is if you actually hired Nick Saban now.
Yeah, that's it. And look, I'm going to defend Scott Woodward because I think this was unfair, very unfair. He brought in Jay Johnson. This is just LSU. He brought in Jay Johnson, Jay Clark, Kim Mulkey. That's 4 championships between those 3 coaches already, and that's what he brought in. Whenever he was at A&M, Texas A&M, every single sport made it to the postseason while he was the AD at Texas A&M.
Yep.
A lot of people are blaming him for Jimbo Fisher's contract, for his buyout. If I'm not mistaken, that's not Scott Woodward's fault. His buyout is not Woodward's fault.
No, so not entirely. You're absolutely right. So that's the biggest knock on Scott Woodward is because of the buyouts with Brian Kelly and Jimbo Fisher. Now, the thing with Jimbo Fisher is he actually did get a contract extension in 2020. So after the 2020 season, which was a COVID year, so it was a little bit off. We only played 10 games, but they went 9-1. That's when the acting AD, which was not Scott Woodward.
Scott Woodward went to LSU.
LSU on April 2019.
Correct.
So that extension was done by a different AD. I forgot what his name was.
Who gives a fuck?
It gave him a, 8-year extension, 7-year extension?
Regardless of what it was a ridiculous extension that should not have been given to Jimbo Fisher. It was kind of like in the moment type of thing.
Well, yeah, and it was based off of one season.
Correct.
And that's the thing. If you're the acting AD, you have all the data at your disposal of the historical data of what he's done previous seasons. So why would you continue on this enormous buyout that, because you don't have to lure him in anymore.
No, he's there.
A buyout is to lure a big-time coach in from another program and be like, hey, look, we will pay you. If it just doesn't work out, things mess up, we just have a bad marriage, whatever, we will pay you a good amount of money. But we want to pull you in from a nationally acclaimed program like Florida State, to a school like Texas A&M. And that's how you pull them in. But then at that point, if you do an extension, they're already at the program.
Right.
Just do incentive bonuses.
That's it. Yes, exactly. And Scott Woodward gets a knock for Brian Kelly. But if you go back to when Brian Kelly got hired, it was during the 2021 offseason, and he was one of the big names. He was one of the bigger names. Sure, I didn't agree with it because of how long it took for them to make the decision, but he was still a huge name. Mm-hmm. Napier got hired, Brent Venables left. Lincoln Riley went to USC.
A lot of the coaches had already been hired at that point.
Right, yeah. So, he got the best name that was available. And LSU needed a coach. And it wasn't like he wasn't the reason Coach Orgeron got pushed out. It wasn't Scott Woodward's fault. It was Coach Orgeron's fault.
Yep.
He was the one getting a divorce and going and banging Tinder sluts and taking pictures with them.
Yeah.
Like, he was falling off the rails. Coach Orgeron, I love him to death. And, like, I will forever cherish that 2019 National Championship team. But it was his fault that he got let go.
He knows that.
Exactly. He knew it. He's been out publicly stating that when they said, hey, we'll give you $20 million to not coach the team, he said, show me the door.
Yeah.
Those were his words. And I don't know if it was $20 million. I think it was 20-something million.
17 million.
17 million, whatever. Anyways, he was like, show me the door.
Yeah.
He knew. It was not Scott Woodward's fault. And so, like, I just, the heat that Scott Woodward gets for no reason. Just one hire. Yeah, sure. Matt McMahon probably hasn't panned out like maybe they wanted. But since when has basketball dominated LSU? Please, come on. That's not the big sport. And honestly, I don't even think Matt McMahon's tenure is done. I think he can still turn things around. LSU dominated our first two opponents. Yes, granted, they were Tarleton State and UNO. But they look better. They look better. And the best thing about basketball, and honestly most college sports nowadays, is the transfer portal. You can have a brand new team every single year.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Matt McMahon is a good coach.
Yeah. But yeah, and to kind of add on to his accolades, so he was the acting athletic director at Washington from 2008 to 2015 prior to his stint to Texas A&M. And he actually increased the athletic revenue of their department by over $100 million. And not to mention, the two coaches that he hired for football under his belt was Steve Sarkisian and Chris Peterson, which was, wild at the time that Chris Peterson was going to leave Boise State.
Right.
And actually took them to a playoff game in 2016 as well. So, and their basketball team performed really, really well in 2010, 2011, 2012. A lot of their, I think they won 9 national championships in other sport, or in all their sports combined. In the athletic athletic department
From when he was at Washington.
Yes, he's an incredible athletic director. The thing that gets me is that this is why politics and sports should not interfere with each other, is that he had different viewpoints than Jeff Landry.
Oh, yeah, that was very clear.
It's very obvious.
Very clear that was...
And that can't be involved in this. It's just too many egos involved. That's just, I didn't like it. It doesn't look good.
It's weird. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't like it. I don't like it one fucking bit, because now it's just like, anytime Jeff Landry wants to, he can just come in and you know what? Fuck Jeff Landry. I'll say it. You know what? I don't care if Mussolini came back from the dead and ran against Jeff Landry. I would vote for Mussolini. Fuck that motherfucker. I'm done with Jeff Landry. Out.
It's a bit extreme, but I get where you're saying.
Yeah. I'm never gonna vote for Jeff Landry. He lost my vote. Not that I was planning on voting for him anyways, but
I will say, if there's a way to lose people from Louisiana's vote, that's kind of a way. Interfere with LSU sports.
That's it. Yeah. Just that's it. Oh, I did hear. I heard through the grapevine that Gordon McKernan was the one who basically put up most of the money for Brian Kelly's buyout.
The buyout that hasn't actually happened yet.
Hasn't happened. Well, he was the backing for it.
Yes, the backing for it too, which prompted the firing, obviously.
Correct.
Yeah, I get that, but yeah, that's another saga.
But I mean, think about it. Gordon McKernan, for people who don't know, he's a very he's got one of the biggest law firms in Louisiana.
Yeah, I think he's the second wealthiest person fromLouisiana.
Yeah, and he's just got massive amounts of money, biggest law firm. So obviously, he's going to he's basically going to whittle it down to the least amount of money that he has to pay Brian Kelly. And obviously, Brian Kelly's going to want the most. So they're just going to go into a legal battle, and I got my money on Gordon. Sorry. He's he the biggest law firm in Louisiana. Sorry, I got my money on you, but so
it's going to be interesting. All the stuff that's coming out right now is a lot of just showboat for publicity stunts for social media and trying to sway the public.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they've got a long battle ahead of them. So it'll be interesting.
What do you think of the new president and the new AD?
I actually do like the new president. I don't mind.
I don't mind the new president either.
Yeah, he came from McNeese State. He stopped a 14-year streak of negative enrollment to the school. They had their first positive enrollment.
Who? Oh, McNeese.
At McNeese State.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, for a small school like that's kind of trending on that direction to turn things around is always a positive sign. So, there's some kind of accolades and accomplishments that he's done. So, I don't mind it. It kind of looks maybe bad because of Jeff Landry's statements and
stamp of approval
and
the AD. I like the president a lot more than I like the AD. And it's not that I don't like the AD, and it has nothing. It's not his fault. It has nothing to do with him. It's all Jeff Landry. I just it's more of a all right. I'm gonna wait and see. Because I'm still scoring from the Scott Woodward firing.
Yeah, I am too. The comforting thing is that Verge Osbury has actually been around the program for quite some time.
Isn't he? He's from Louisiana too,
and he's from Louisiana, so I feel comfortable with that. All said and done, but at the same time, I would have liked to see Scott Woodward have a second chance at a hiring for the head coach. I mean, because the pressure would have been on. If you don't get the second head coach for football right, then I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, because that was his first football hire.
Yes.
Yeah. He didn't hire Orgeron.
Yes.
And that's his first. Yeah, so, I mean, at least give the guy one more shot. Again, like I said, Jay Johnson, Jay Clark, Kim Mulkey. All three of those, great hires. They all have championships. And the LSU Tigers, the Lady Tigers, Kim Mulkey has them playing some ball, dude. They look unstoppable.
Well, and also think about LSU athletics as a brand. Now, I actually don't recall a time, and like LSU's, especially in the 2000s, has been good at sports, but as an actual national brand, I mean, think about the players that come out. And it's not even just football. I mean, you got your Malik Neighbors, you got your Joe Burrow, you got your Justin Jefferson, you got your Jamar Chase that are just, actual brands, in the professional status. But Livy Dunn, Angel Reese,
Paul Skeens,
people know LSU sports.
Fonte Johnson,
yes. Like, she's a rapper too.
I know, and she's currently at LSU.
Yes,
and she's balling out.
But what I'm saying is like LSU sports actually became a nationally recognized brand. Like, there was a huge brand, there's a huge following. It's great. There's a great media presence, and I can't help but think that wasn't attributed by Scott Woodward.
Scott Woodward had something to do with it, but I think the foundation. And this is me being because I love him, but I think the foundation was created with Joe Burrow. I really do think the pointing at the ring finger, the swag, that whole season, that was kind of the foundation. But Scott Woodward he kept bringing people in. He kept increasing the brand. That's what you want your fucking CEO to do. You want your company to increase in value. You want he did what he's supposed to do. LSU became a national brand.
He did a lot of things behind the scenes.
Correct.
That was able to grow and continue that momentum going. So it's tough to see. We'll see how everything goes. I really kind of hope he goes somewhere else and has success. And
I'm gonna be rooting for him.
And then comes back to LSU.
Agreed. Verge might need to go then.
Well, I mean, athletic directors come and go. I mean, we've had maybe like 4 or 5 since 2000.
Yeah, but that means
sometimes they just get tired of the job. I mean, they
hopefully
they move on to another opportunity.
But that also kind of means that he's gonna have to suck, which in turn means LSU sports might have to suck.
You never know.
Let's talk about this Alabama game.
Let's not.
All right, we can get through it quick.
I'm just kidding.
Let's do our 2 positives. We got to do 2 positives and then lots of negatives. But I'll say one thing: they came to play. They came to play for Frank Wilson. They were slugging it out.
Yeah.
I loved the way the guys played. They came in. They didn't like it. It seemed a little more invigorated. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It didn't seem like a Brian Kelly coached team.
Yeah, I mean, there was great effort on defense, especially against the run. And overall, I think there was a great effort. I think it was the beginning of the game, the start of the game that really kind of dictated a lot of stuff. Because, I mean, we had a 4th down stop, and then we weren't able to make anything of it.
Right.
Like, that was tough.
Yeah.
And then we had another stop, and then we had a fumble by Bowers. Mm-hmm. And so, that's the Bowers Sharp.
Bowers Sharp.
Yeah. So, that's deflating.
Mm-hmm. That's it. It's. But again, the positives.
Yep.
The defense looked good. I'm saying they came to play. My second positive, I'm sure you probably had this on here too. I like the way Van Buren looked.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't the most perfect quarterback, but come on. The LSU Alabama game might be one of the hardest games to come in as a backup and play well, and Van Buren did.
Yes, he did. He played very well against his freshman year at Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. So, he's got the talent, and he showed that he still can play really, really good. And he honestly might be just really, really good for what we need for our offense too, because the offensive line we know is pathetic.
We'll get to that. We got the negatives coming.
And then but I did like what I saw from him, and I mean he was making some down the field throws that, quite frankly, Nuss was just missing.
Dude, I remember. I can't remember when it was in the game, but I remember he threw a fucking dart.
Yeah.
It was through 2 Bama players, and I think it was to oh God, who was it to? Was it Anderson? It was one of the. It might have been Chris Hilton. But it was a dart straight through 2 Alabama defenders, and it was a perfect pass. I really liked it. I liked the play calling also. I don't know what are your positives? Have we been?
Yeah, that was it. Michael
Yeah.
Van Buren could be really good, and he's definitely good for right now.
Mm-hmm. The play calling I thought was good for the most part. It's almost like you get too good, and then they revert back to the conservative play calling.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You know what I'm saying?
It started off good. We were doing some play action rollouts and mixing things up and doing some downfield running. But then all of a sudden, we did a screen and got him off guard, and then we kept going back to the screen. And it was why are we doing the same thing that we were trying to get away from?
It's so frustrating to see that just every single time. It's big play, screen, and then a run. Harlan Berry didn't play too poorly.
He played good.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to the negatives then. The O-line, honestly, the false starts killed us. Yeah, I get it. We were in T-Town, and this might fall on Frank Wilson a little bit, but you gotta get some type of cadence. It's got to be a universal cadence. Yeah, they may be able to jump it, but you gotta have that offensive line on the same page. Mm-hmm. The false starts crushed us.
Yeah,
crushed us. We were in the red zone, and they would just back us up. Yeah, the offensive line is really bad. That is one thing that really didn't change from Brian Kelly to Frank Wilson, and I'm just thinking that might be they're just bad. The other negative I had was red zone offense has got to put the ball in the end zone.
I have that one too.
Yeah, that one too.
Offense needs to score. Offense needs to score touchdowns.
Yes.
And especially in big games, when you're playing against an Alabama, where they're very, very, very efficient on offense, especially with big plays.
It's always a game where the team with the most mistakes loses the game.
Yeah. I mean, we're done. College football has evolved, and we're done with the 9-6 games like we won back in 2011.
Right.
So, like, that's just not going to happen. You have to be able to score touchdowns, and we just couldn't. We couldn't get it into the end zone.
Nope. No. Yeah. No. Those were my two. Those are my two negatives. I don't know if you had anything else that we needed to work on.
My second one, I mean, this goes back to what we were just actually talking about. There has to be more plays in our playbook than screens.
Yeah, I know.
There has to be.
I see why it's at the top of the priority list on the play calling sheet. I mean, obviously because of the offensive line, but like, can we mix something up? Maybe do something a little different. It can be like a quick slants, quick down and in. Quick, I don't know. Just do something like something. Add another tight end in there. I don't know. The 22 formation. I don't know. It's just it just seems like every other play there's a screen, and there was I was drinking while I was watching this, so I don't really remember. But there was one play where I was just like I knew exactly where the ball was going, and it was a screen pass, obviously, and everybody in the stadium knew where it was going.
Yeah,
it felt like that was the play calling half the night. Like I said, they started off good. It was like like you said, they started off. The play calling was decent, and then I don't know.
Yep. Frustrating.
One thing I saw, it was Trudez Green may not have hands. He might be athletic and big. He may not have hands. I think that might be the reason why he doesn't get thrown to very often. That was one of the notes I had from this. He missed just right in his hands.
Yeah,
and it was a big throw too. We needed it.
Yeah, it was a third down play.
Yeah, in the second half, I believe.
Yeah,
and I mean he was targeted 3 times and had no catches.
Yeah, but he's also had some good games too. So I hate to fault him on this one.
Has he though?
He has.
Has he?
I mean,
he's made some decent catches in the corner of the end zone, but
which is a big deal.
Has he had good games?
He had that one where I think he had about 11 of 14 targets.
Okay.
Where it was one game he did have a good game.
Yeah. Okay. And look, you and I are the same way. If for instance, with Brian Kelly when he won the Alabama game, I keep reverting back to that. Trudez Green when he had that one game, but I was kind of looking and he hasn't really had too many good games.
Not like overly productive.
That's
games.
what I'm saying. For a guy that his size, he just may not have hands. It was something I've observed. It was a very bad drop, and yeah, I don't know. I want to see him do well. What year is he?
That is a good question. Give me 1 second.
All good. One thing, we lost one recruit. Who was it?
It was the edge rusher.
The edge rusher. Yeah, he was. I mean, it was a 4-star recruit. Fortunately, I feel like if we were gonna lose a lot of recruits that Brian Kelly had, I feel like we would have lost them already.
Yeah, no, we would.
So I think we're doing really well. That the number one, the defensive lineman Lamar Brown. Yeah, he's still there. We all of the guys that we had coming in are still supposedly still coming to LSU.
Yeah, and I mean I think that's again back to the recognition of the brand. For LSU, people want to come to LSU. That's why that's why you commit to LSU.
100%. And I talk about brand, Justin Jefferson. Kids love Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
One of my best friends from college, he has an 8-year-old son, and he is obsessed with Justin Jefferson. He has 2 chains on. He plays baseball. He wears his chains every single time.
Yeah.
Every single game. They do the gritty. It is a massive, massive brand. And it all stems back to LSU.
And guarantee you he's not the only kid.
No, absolutely not. Kids love Justin Jefferson.
So against South Carolina, Trey Green had 8 catches, 119 yards, and 1 touchdown. He's a sophomore.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So all right.
He had. I mean, it's sparse.
Listen, I want him to do well. A big body like that is good for me. It looks good on the field. I love it. You just toss it up in the corner of the end zone. Boom, Jimmy Graham-esque.
Yep.
I just started thinking maybe he's not that good at catching the ball. But anyways, you got anything else on the LSU game?
I think that's
anything else on LSU. Yeah, I know we went LSU heavy at the start of this podcast, but we had a lot to talk about. So let's get to the other games from last weekend. The most previous weekend, Indiana versus Penn State. This was a close one that wasn't supposed to be close, but I'm also like, everybody just let's calm down. That's what I gathered from this game. Let's calm down. It was at Penn State. It was kind of maybe Indiana overlooked them. I'm not saying they overlooked them, but they didn't take them as seriously.
Well, and also the interim bump.
Correct. The interim bump. And but Indiana still won this game. That's what it boils down to. It had all the makings of an upset. That didn't happen.
Yeah. No, I think that helps Indiana as far as overcoming the adversity, which is kind of almost corporate jargon for college football talk. But,
yeah,
at the same time, it does apply here. Mm-hmm. But that will benefit them down the road whenever they get into the playoff type of atmosphere. So
yep.
you have to have these games. You have to have these games, especially with the parity of college football nowadays. Like, anybody can beat anybody. Mm-hmm. I think we're seeing that.
I don't know about that, but I do in the Power Four. I do see it.
You see a lot of it though. I mean, I don't know. We see a lot of unranked opponents beating ranked opponents.
Correct. Yes, and it's you're right. You're right. It's kind of looking a little more like the NFL, yes. Which is like I think where they want to go. And we've already talked about that ad nauseum. But yeah, I don't make this a big deal. I don't think this is a big deal. This game, I really don't think it's a big deal.
Got to give props to Penn State for coming back down 20 to 7. That team still has talent.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It still has a lot of
talent. It's just and
it's just underperformed. But
yeah.
What about that catch at the end?
The catch at the end was unbelievable. That might be the catch of the year because of his awareness of where he was on the field. Mm-hmm. And where he keeping his right foot up.
Yep.
In order to put his left foot down.
Yep.
It was one of the best catches I've ever seen, honestly.
It was crazy. And then the play, the defense that they had to go against, which was funny because the benefits of it being an interim bump, you can play college football like you would play Madden when you're 7 years old, where you're on defense and you just engage 8 the entire time, and that's what they did. They literally did engage 8 on whenever Indiana had their goal line or was in the red zone. They just did engage 8 3 straight plays, so they knew what was coming.
Right.
And way to hang into the pocket, throw that pass, and what the hell of a catch.
I loved it. The booth was going fucking berserk. They were going nuts.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I mean, it was like I said, it was one of the best catches I've ever seen. It's probably the catch of the year.
Yeah.
And
wasn't that Gus? It was Gus Johnson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gus Johnson. Mm-hmm. He always goes crazy.
Yeah. And it was just like the part of the game that it was too. Like it was to win the game.
Yep.
It was beautiful. But yeah, good job Penn State. They'll end up going undefeated. I think they have Wisconsin and then another I think it's Wisconsin and Northwestern or something like that. I don't know. They're going to go undefeated and then they'll play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. That's going to be a fucking doozy.
Yep.
All right, let's get to Vandy Auburn. Fucking Vandy did it again, dude. Did it again. This was a fun game.
This was a fun game.
Very fun game. Both quarterbacks played lights out. They both had 4 touchdowns. They both had well over 400 total yards. I think Diego Pavia almost had 500 total yards. 377 passing and 112 or something rushing. Unbelievable, man. You want to talk about I know like 2026 draft is going to be good, but this 2027 draft is going to be nasty. Cam Coleman, for the wide receiver for Auburn, is a stud. He's going to come in and just he'll be a wide receiver 2, maybe a wide receiver 1, depending on where he gets drafted. Easy.
Yeah, I don't think much people actually recognize his game until this, until this time.
This was his like coming out. This was like, Travion Henderson had his coming out game with the Patriots. This was Cam Coleman's like, hey, world, I'm Cam Coleman.
And he's been doing this. He's just
100%.
He just got the exposure this time.
Yep.
And man, gosh, that touchdown to tie it with the 2-point conversion, unbelievable.
Fucking unreal.
Yes.
Unreal.
I agree with you that 2027 is going to be absolutely loaded.
Right. And we'll have plenty of time to talk about it. But Diego Pavia, man, did it again. Vandy is they're a fun story now.
Yeah.
Now it's just, I enjoy talking about them.
And I tell you what, not saying that I agree with it, but the Heisman voters look for Heisman moments, and that kind of was a Heisman moment for Diego Pavia.
Yep. This year's Heisman's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. They got a couple of guys that really deserve it. And if Vandy keeps winning, it's going to be hard to keep Diego Pavia out of it.
That's true.
Let's see. Tulane versus Memphis. I didn't really have too much on this, except this was a huge loss for Memphis. Memphis, they already had one loss. They couldn't afford another one. They were the outsider that was going to get into, that had the best chance to get into the playoffs. They are completely out now. Massive win for John Sumrall. Way to bounce back.
I think he maybe put himself back into the elite head coach candidate again.
I think, but he's still. I think his stock did drop. I think he's like number 6 or number 7. He went from number 2 or 3 on LSU's coach list to number 6 or 7. But yeah,
where he's actually high on though for the coaching search is actually Auburn's. Now that Auburn's has opened up with Hugh Freeze being fired.
I don't mind that.
Because he obviously he coached at Troy before he coached at Tulane,
right.
But he actually is from Alabama.
Oh, he is from Alabama.
Yes, so that's the big tie there.
Ooh.
I mean, he doesn't have any ties to Auburn, but
Alabama though.
Yes,
I guess it's not the same because anytime we have we're looking at coaches and we're like, oh, anybody to hire at LSU, we're like, oh, he's from Louisiana. Boom, done. Just because you're from Alabama doesn't necessarily mean you're a fit for Auburn.
That is true.
Because if you grew up in T-Town and you get hired at Auburn, that's grounds for divorce.
That is very true. That is how things work in Alabama.
Yes. And we know this because we lived there for good, 8 years?
You got firsthand experience.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Mobile, Alabama, baby. Represent. Yeah, no, good. I'm glad. I'm happy for Tulane. It's been a tough year for LSU sports, and it's nice. It's nice to see something like that. Real quick on this one, Wisconsin beats Washington, which blew my mind because Wisconsin is very bad. Wisconsin is. Did Luke Fickell save his job?
Well, the AD already came out and said that his job was secure for this year. He would be back for next year. So I don't know. This was maybe something like, hey, a little like thank you.
Yeah, they appreciate you. But yeah, no, Jed Fish's start is not. I mean, he was a good coach at Arizona. Don't get me wrong. I liked him in Arizona. His start at Washington has not been the best, and he did have a lot of big shoes to fill with Kalen DeBoer leaving. But 29-32, yeah, I'm sure he needs a little longer than he's had. But I don't know.
No, I mean look, it's a bad loss. I will say that, but at the same time, they were playing good, and they really weren't getting the credit that they kind of deserved. But it's only going to get tougher from here because now they definitely aren't. Right.
Let's see. Oregon versus Iowa. Oregon's a very frustrating team to bet. I have noticed this. It's been a trend. They are a very frustrating team to bet. But the good thing is Iowa is classic Iowa.
Iowa is actually somewhere pretty tough to play because, granted, like, look, Oregon came in here and barely scooted out with a win with a last-minute field goal or last-second field goal. Indiana came in here, and Kirk Cignetti even said, like, it was going to be tough when everybody blew them off, and they, kind of squeaked out with a victory as well.
Dude, as long as Kirk Ferentz is there, they're going to be tough. But I do love how consistent Iowa is.
Yeah.
They're the same Iowa every single year, and it makes it easy to bet. It's nice.
It does. But I tell you what, we do have to talk about that 2-point conversion for a second because he was barely out. That was wild.
It was close. It was very, very close. I don't think it's going to hurt Iowa too much. In the rankings, at least. I think they're probably out of the. I think they're probably out of the playoff race. You think? Yeah.
I mean, they definitely are, but no. And I think the other tidbit that I had on this one was this really felt like it was a game that Iowa was going to win. Like if you would have told me like the stats of like the finished product of this game, the final stats, like in like, a low scoring game, defensive battle, last second field goal, I would have been like, oh, Iowa won that game.
Yeah.
But
that does seem like a typical Iowa win.
Right.
Actually. No, so they lost at Iowa State, but that was at the beginning of the season. Then they lost to Indiana. If they could have managed a win over Oregon, and then they had the USC. Well, but USC's not that great. They could have managed a win over Oregon and USC, Michigan State, Nebraska. They definitely would have been in the playoffs.
Oh, most definitely.
All right, let's see. That's all I had on college. Did you have anything else before we get to our picks? All right, picks. I have been on fire with college football picks. Now I've been the opposite with the NFL, but fire with college football picks.
Okay.
My game of the week. Oklahoma at Bama. Bama -6.
Ooh. I've got Oklahoma +6 for my game of the week.
So it's, oh, man. Okay. Yeah, Oklahoma. It's at Bama, bro.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Oklahoma had a bye week.
Okay.
Well, and that's the thing. I think the big problem with Oklahoma is that Mateer has not been 100%. And
I still don't think he's 100%.
And I think that's the big driver on their success is John Mateer. So that's why I think Alabama still wins this game. But
you think it's just going to be close?
I just think it's going to be close.
I think it's going to be a touchdown easy. But dog of the week, underdog. I don't know why this is probably another Vegas thing that they're pulling. Virginia at Duke. Virginia is +5.5. I'm taking that all day long.
I saw that too, and that did confuse me.
It's confusing, right? And the last couple of times, I remember something like this happened. The last couple of times we did this, we got blown out. But I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay. I went the opposite direction. I just was like, I'm staying away from it.
Yeah.
But my dog of the week, I actually have South Carolina at Texas A&M. It is +18.5.
I stayed away from that one.
This one, South Carolina can play opponents tough. And, I mean...
18.5 is a weird spread.
As long as Lenore Sellers is still on, like, South Carolina's team, I don't really care who else is on, who's hurt or who's not. Like, that is their team. So, I Texas A&M is highly ranked. Like, I fully expect Shane Beamer to have their team fully prepped and ready to go. I think it'll be close. I think they can do the 18.5 spread. That's a huge spread.
It is a massive spread. It'd be different if it was like closer to 17, like if it was 16.5 or something like that. You get like 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah.
I stayed away from it. Stayed away. All right. Favorite of the week. Mine is Texas at Georgia. I got Georgia -6. I'm going to keep riding Georgia. Georgia is looking strong right now.
I continued the trend on the big-time team losing a game the week before and playing an inferior opponent the next week. So I got Georgia Tech minus 16.5 against Boston College, who has 1 win.
I like it. I like that pick a lot. I'm probably going to bet it. Okay, so we did nothing. Damn, no same picks. Let's see. NFL recap. Saints versus Carolina. Let's go. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. I don't know why I'm this excited for a win on a 2-8 team.
It's a divisional win.
It's a divisional win where I don't know, because like it's almost like I want to win Tankathon. You know what I'm saying? Like I want the number 1 pick, but I really don't care after that win. And let's dive into it. Let's dive into it. Our 2 positives. I'll let you start with I'm sure you had Tyler Shuck news, but I'm gonna say the Saints are the only team in the division to win.
Oh, nice.
They were the only team in the division this weekend to win.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Falcons lost, Bucks lost, and obviously we beat Carolina.
I'll take it.
I like that, right? Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
It's a good positive.
All right, what's your positive?
So we got ourselves.
Just go ahead and talk about Tyler Shuck. We can.
I was actually not going to talk about Tyler Shuck as much.
Me neither.
That one actually did not. Well, because I think there's still more to come. 282 yards is a very productive, and 2 tutties is a very productive day. You do have to give him props.
Well, okay, all right. Let's get to Tyler Shuck later. Let's go through our positives and negatives, and then we'll get to that because I got a couple of things.
Yeah, I would have to say. I mean, one of my first positives is we got ourselves another win. The team's still playing hard. I think that's a big culture thing.
Yep.
I think it's a big culture turning thing. Like I know that we may want to get the number 1 pick. I know people talk about that stuff and everything, but I would much rather have this team changing the culture and us missing out on a number 1 pick than us to just be in the same cycle of getting the number 1 pick because we never changed the culture.
I completely agree. I said it at the beginning of the season. You and I both agreed. If I could see, like, we could win 5 or 6 games. I said this. We can win like 5 or 6 games. But as long as I see those wins come like towards the end of the season, so I can see like they're still fighting. They're still really, really playing for Kellen Moore. We're seeing this right now.
Yep.
And honestly, the Panthers, they're not very good, but they were on a roll. They won their last 5 games?
They're also not really bad either.
Right, exactly.
They were 5-4 going into this contest.
Right, and they had won their last 4 games or something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, they were on a roll. I don't want to take away from Carolina. My second positive is the defense held a potent Carolina running game to 73 total yards.
Yep.
73 total yards rushing.
Defense came back around for me.
Yep.
Especially
Alontae Taylor looked good.
Yep.
Kool-Aid McKinstry, brother man. I fucking love the Saints defense.
Yeah, and I like how we have actually some young players that are coming around too, like on that defensive squad. I mean, you got Danny Strutzman, the middle linebacker, who made some plays. You got Jonas Sanker, 3rd-round pick out of Virginia, making some plays in the defensive backfield. No, there's some guys that are doing some good work right now. Because I think honestly, he's not as young, but Chase Young, he is young.
And
he is young.
Yeah. It's right there. But I do think it's the leadership of like Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, like these guys that have been around and they like you watch them we've already talked about this, but if you watch Demario Davis play football, there's no way in hell you cannot get pumped up.
Oh, absolutely.
He loves the game of football. He just loves to hit people. He loves the game of football. He just gets fired up. It doesn't matter if he's losing 31-0.
Yes.
He's a great leader.
Yes. But while they are just, case in point, fan favorites for us, on a rebuilding team, they don't also inspire hope for the future. But the thing is what they're doing right now is providing leadership for those younger players that are starting to really come around, like I mentioned. That's really positive for the future.
They're creating that foundation.
Yes.
That culture. That culture, baby. It's all about that culture. What's your second positive?
That was it. I had
gotcha.
defense coming around, and the culture was the other one.
Sweet. All right, the negatives. Honestly, this was another thing that made me happy. When I was writing my notes, it took me a while to find 2 negatives.
Okay.
From this game. Now there were negatives, but I was so high on this game that I didn't. It took me a while to find them. I did not like how it seemed like we won this game because of our big plays. We relied too much on the big plays, which again, you got to do what you got to do to win. But it's more of the pump the brakes. We played the Carolina Panthers. We can't rely on big plays every single game. We got to actually get something going. I know Tyler Shuck had 282 yards and 2 touchdowns, but those 2 touchdowns were big plays. And, I get it. It's part of it, but it seemed like that was basically what we relied on. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of I'm reaching on this negative, but.
Yeah, because, it could go one of 2 ways. One, like you said, if the big plays aren't there, then how do we really get our production? But at the same time, if we are making big plays, that also could kind of open up things for those, maybe those 3 or 4 yard games becoming 6 or 7 yard games whenever we make those little inside runs.
I thought about that, but we also averaged only 3.2 rushing yards per carry. So it didn't.
Maybe not this game.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. But I'm saying negatives. When I'm pointing out negatives, I'm pointing out negatives from this game.
Yes.
Again, it took me a lot to find these, okay?
Yeah.
So, I'm reaching on these.
Mine are pretty big stretches as well.
All right, well, stretch for me, baby.
Okay.
Let's go to yoga class.
All right. This does actually knock us out of the number 1 pick winning.
Not completely, right? We're not in the number 1 pick. Okay.
Projected as the number 1 pick in the draft right now. That's Tennessee Titans.
I have that right there, too.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah.
So, granted, if you want the best player available and you want some leverage, maybe if you don't have to draft a quarterback to trade back in the draft, that is something. But at the same time, like I said, I'd much rather us build culture and not get the number 1 pick. Because also I don't really trust our front office to,
Nope.
But at the same time, again, this is a leverage point. We did knock ourselves out of that a little bit, which, again, I'm fine with, but it's still a negative from the game.
Yeah, but the good thing is about the Titans having – I was thinking about this. The good thing about the Titans having the number 1 pick, they're not going to pick a quarterback.
That's very true.
So, if we were looking for a quarterback, I don't know. We played the Jets. We play the Jets, so it's going to be that's the thing. If Tyler Shuck continues to do well, then I don't really care about the draft pick anymore. That's why this game was so exciting for me, because I saw Tyler Shuck do very well. Again, I'm tempering expectations because it was against the Panthers, but the Panthers were on a 4-game winning streak and they were 5-4. Okay,
yeah.
So they were in playoff contention. They were actually seriously thinking about playoffs.
Yeah.
But now that, we don't need to we don't need to draft maybe we don't need to draft a quarterback. I'm not so, hell-bent on getting the number 1 pick. I'm more, like we said earlier, worried about the culture.
Yep. And then drafting the best player available.
Best player available. Mickey Loomis needs to we need to go and put sleeping pills in Mickey Loomis's drink on draft night.
So he misses the draft?
Correct. Yes.
Got it.
Let's see. Carolina, Bryce Young did not look good at all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Bryce Young's their answer, but I guess I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. And it was nice to see Taysom Hill out there,
Yeah, he's still doing his thing.
It was nice. It was really nice to see the Saints get a W.
Yeah.
We really needed that as LSU sports fans, because the Pelicans suck. LSU is in disarray.
I will say the back half of the season might be a little bit more of a positive note for the Saints if we can pull off some stuff. So our schedule goes versus the Falcons, at Dolphins, at Bucks, versus the Panthers, Jets, at Titans, and then at the Falcons.
Wow.
So there's a good possibility we could either go 5-2 and 4-3 on the finishing 7 games of the season.
I like that 5-2 number.
I know, right? And then once you do that, that's a 7-9 or 7-10 season.
Also, yeah, and also like all those teams you named off, besides the divisional opponents, so the non-division opponents, we can beat all of them. Mm-hmm. And at Tampa Bay, we usually play pretty well at Tampa Bay.
We played a close game the first game of the season.
Yeah, and I mean anything can happen with the Falcons because fuck the Dirty Birds.
Yep. Honestly, I mean, according to the way they played this year, they could be up or down.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. They're one. Well, I mean, we'll get to the Falcons-Colts game, but they're one head coach away from being a really good team. Like they really are. But yeah, no, like so like we can beat Carolina, and it's going to be in the Superdome too.
Yep.
We can beat Atlanta. We know that. The Bucks away. We may be able to run the table. All right, nope. I'm not doing it. Not doing it to myself.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't
go that far.
I'm not doing it to myself. I'm trying to like map out a way to win the division. All right, let's just get to the next game. Dolphins versus Bills. What the actual fuck? Are the Bills in trouble?
This is why the NFL is so hard to predict and bet.
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I don't even think it's rigged. I think that's just these guys, they're all professional players. They're all, if you put any of those guys on any college team, they're going to easily be the best player by far in large. And like, so like it when you say like these players get paid to play too, that just means they're the fucking best in the world. They're the top 0.00001%.
Yeah.
Of athletes in the entire world.
Just because Jalen Waddle puts up a 0 on your fantasy team doesn't mean he can't just have an explosion like he did against the Bills.
Jalen Waddle is amazing. He's such a fucking good receiver. He's very, very good. Very, very talented. He makes everyday people like you and me look like dog shit.
Snails.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's just a reminder that these guys get paid to play too. Obviously, Dolph fins up, baby, fins up. My biggest thing, I don't know if I should be admitting this, but I'm going to anyways. I love Mike McDaniels. I really do. I want the Dolphins to pull a Pittsburgh Steelers and win enough just to keep that man around.
Just to keep that short.
Did you hear what he did?
Addict around.
Oh yeah, 100%. Did you hear what he did after the game?
Yes. I don't know if they've actually verified that or not.
I don't care. I choose to believe it's true. The story where he drove by the Buffalo Bills hangout spot in Miami.
Yep.
When they come into town, I choose to believe that is real. But here's the thing: without Mike McDaniels, you wouldn't get a story like that. They wouldn't talk about Dave Canales like that.
No.
They wouldn't talk about Pete Carroll like that.
I was gonna say Bill Belichick, but I don't know. He's changed.
Yeah, he has. No, they wouldn't talk about Mike Vrabel like that. They wouldn't talk about Dan Campbell like that.
No, that's true.
See what I'm saying? Like they would that story only comes to life because of Mike McDaniels.
That is true.
That's the only. Any other coach in the league, I wouldn't have believed it. Mike McDaniels, I do.
Yeah, it could be true because he didn't deny it either.
No. That's what I love. I love it. I also love his story. Like he kind of like fought for what he has. Like he was in like 2016, I think it was. He was the Broncos ball boy or something.
Yeah.
I like it. He's got a good story. And he went down to Miami and fucked too many Latinos and did too much coke. It's okay. Whatever. I hope he stays on the Dolphins.
Is that where Tyreek Hill got that from?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, got what from?
All the baby mamas.
No. He's been having baby mamas since he was in KC, brother.
Oh, so Mike McDaniels got it from him.
Yes.
Hanging around him too
much.
Correct.
Damn. Let's see. Bears versus Giants. Holy comeback. That was a great fucking comeback by the Bears. I see Caleb Williams is getting a lot of credit. As he should. He's been clutch. He's been very clutch. This is a Ben Johnson thing. This has got to be a Ben Johnson thing because the Bears, they don't look like the Bears.
No, I mean, they look like the Lions. So, a little bit.
That's exactly right. Yes. No, they look like the fucking Lions.
Yeah. No, they've been playing very, very well. You can see there is a different change in the culture again, but with this team and like honestly, I mean they've had 6 wins this season. 4 of them have been ones that they've just pulled out of their ass. Mm-hmm. So props to Ben Johnson. I mean, yeah, that's definitely comes from the coaching standpoint. I mean, because this team 1 season ago was losing these games.
Yes. Oh yeah, 100%.
So,
not just one season ago. This is their entire franchise,
which got their coach fired. Which in turn now, the tables have turned.
Yep. Oh, how the turntables have. Brian Daboll is out as the Giants head coach. Who wants that job? I mean, obviously there's only 32 of them, but like that's any type of New York job is got to be I don't know. You got to be a different type of animal, but the same beast.
Yeah, but I think it would be a lot or 10 times more appealing if they had gotten rid of Joe Schoen. Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. The general manager as well, and then went off of a clean slate. Because he's the one, he didn't even want to draft Jackson Dart.
He was...
Daboll wanted to draft Jackson Dart, and then he passed up on Jaden Daniels whenever his kid was the one that was like, oh, I think we should draft Jaden Daniels. He's like, nah, we shouldn't draft him. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, when your kid has a better, sense of drafting than you do, like, I don't know. It doesn't look appealing for a head coach because of him. Because the thing is I don't know. There's going to be some dysfunction in the franchise from the get go.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of brand, Jaden Daniels.
Yep,
another brand.
Exactly.
Kids love Jaden Daniels. All right, last game I have is Falcons versus Colts. This was a great fucking game. Here's the thing. I'm gonna actually like. I know this is gonna be a very unpopular opinion. I love waking up Sunday morning and having football on. I'm not I'm not gonna apologize for it. I love having football on when I wake up on Sunday morning.
Who doesn't?
People just like some people think that like it's just too much football. People sleep through it. People get mad because they forget to set their lineup. They like obviously we're in Central Time Zone, so it's noon. People wake up right before noon to set their fantasy lineup. People no. Grow the fuck up. It's football all day long on Sunday.
That's just being a bad general manager of your fantasy football team if you don't set up your lineup.
Exactly. Be a better general manager.
Yeah. You had all day Saturday.
All day Saturday.
All days and all day Friday.
And you had to set your lineup Thursday because you had the Thursday fucking games.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's your warm up. You're bad general manager.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I had to get that off my chest. Great fucking game though. Awesome game. Danny Dimes had did you see his bloody mouth?
Yep. He got popped.
Mm-hmm.
He got popped. It looked like he messed up his lipstick. I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, you turned into Caleb Williams. But he come to find out he's a little bit tougher than Caleb Williams.
A little bit, yeah. No, that's not where my brain went. My brain went a little. He's like a comma or no. Oh fuck. I was gonna try and do something there, but I
was about to say, where are you going with this?
No, he doesn't let a period stop him. That's where I was going with that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I thought. I'm sorry. That's what went through my head. I got a weird brain. Like I said earlier, dude, the Falcons are one head coach away from being a really, really good team.
Yep.
They're very good. I think Michael Penix Jr. is not the answer, the long-term answer. He is a short-term answer because he has so much fucking talent around. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Drake London is nasty, dude. He is so fucking good.
He is good.
He is very, very. He's Calvin Johnson-esque, just not as he's almost as tall. He's not as big and not as fast, but he just reminds me of just how dominant Calvin Johnson was. No,
I'd pump the brakes on that.
Okay, I tried. It was.
I mean, maybe not that far. Let's not go that far.
Oh, okay. He's almost as. No, all right. I'm sorry. I meant Mike Evans. Sorry, not Calvin Johnson. We were talking about Calvin Johnson.
Okay.
He reminds me of Mike Evans. That was my bad.
All right, there we go.
Yes,
much better. Much better. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, no. That doesn't even make sense because Calvin Johnson's more than 1 inch taller, and he's way faster than him.
I was about to say, none of these stats are adding up.
No. Calvin Johnson is a league of his own. I apologize. That was very, very bad. No, Mike Evans. That's what I meant.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Come on, Mike Evans is very, very good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of the most consistent 1,000-yard receivers in the league.
Yeah, he's tied Jerry Jones. Because the Saints let him.
So is Jonathan Taylor leader for MVP?
Yes, 100. He has to be. If he's not, he's having a 2012-esque Adrian Peterson season. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. It's like you can bet him to have 3 touchdowns. I think the odds for him to have 2+ touchdowns were like 205 or something like that.
Yeah.
20 plus 205.
Yeah.
It's insane. 3 touchdowns. He's had multiple 3 touchdowns. He's had, 4 3-touchdown games?
Something like that.
He's got to be, right?
Oh, I agree. I mean, if he doesn't, the voters need to get the quarterback, bias out of their fucking ass.
Yeah, it's not a quarterback award. It's not.
No, and the thing is I think it's an easier path for quarterbacks to get it.
100%.
Just because they always have their hand on the football every single play. But at the same time, it's not a quarterback-centric award.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. If Jonathan Taylor keeps this up, dude, he's on track for 24 fucking touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's on, obviously, he's over 200 yards. He's on track for over 200 or 2,000 yards. I really do hope he keeps this up.
Yeah. I like to see the running backs win the award.
Me too. I agree. You got anything else on the NFL?
That's about it.
All right, let's get to our picks real quick. My game of the week, I got Seahawks at Rams. Seahawks plus 2.5.
Ooh, I thought you were going to do the Lions-Eagles as the game of the week.
It was a toss-up.
It was a toss-up?
It's my next one, but yeah.
Oh, so you might have the same one as me?
Maybe. What you got?
I've got...
Game of the week
is Lions at Eagles. I got Lions plus 2.5.
Got a JMO special, baby.
Little JMO special.
My dog of the week is Detroit at Eagles. Detroit plus 2.5. Let's go.
Good job.
I think that's an NFL rigged game right there. I think everybody's going to be betting Eagles minus 2.5.
Yeah, I think so as well. And Dan Campbell's going to get them up for it.
Oh yeah. This is one of those. The Eagles, they didn't really show me enough last game. So that's why I don't know. Yeah. What's your dog of the week?
Dog of the week, I have the Jags plus 2.5.
Ooh.
I have them kind of winning that one. It's a cross-country trip for the Chargers. And the Jags lost a heartbreaker against Houston. I think this is a get-right game for them. I think it's going to be kind of a surprise. I'm pretty sure it's a 12 o'clock game, too. So that's kind of a quick turnaround for Chargers.
For Chargers, yeah.
I mean, I don't exactly like it. I don't love it, but...
Well, C.J. Stroud's going to be back. I'm pretty sure.
Well, right? Yeah, C.J. Stroud plays for Houston.
Yeah, but Davis Mills played last game.
Yeah, that's true.
They had the Davis Mills game last game. That game was actually really fucking good. The comeback there was unreal.
Yeah, but yeah, this Jags still lost. I think it was kind of a breakdown. I think they'll bounce back and get a win against the Chargers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Favorite of the week. What's yours?
Favorite of the week, I have the Patriots minus 12.5 over the Jets on Thursday Night Football.
Patriots minus 12.5? I thought it was minus 13.5.
Could have changed.
I think it changed. Yeah, it's minus 13.5. Do you still have the same opinion?
Yeah, I think
minus 13.5.
I think the Patriots dominate this game. Thursday nights can be notorious for.
I think those Thursday nights are low-scoring games, brother.
I mean, they're low-scoring games. They could be low-scoring games, but
yeah, but with a spread that big, you'd almost take the over. You'd almost want the over to hit. Okay, hey, you know what? Patriots minus 13.5. That's favorite of the week. I like it. Chiefs at Broncos. I have the Chiefs minus 3.5. I think the Chiefs are going to dominate the Broncos. The Broncos just have looked so, I don't know, meh. You know what I'm saying? Like they just got the last couple of games. They just haven't really impressed me.
Yeah. If the Bears have been fortunate to win their games, the Broncos have been lucky to win their games.
Correct. And they beat the fucking Raiders that Thursday night game. They beat the Raiders by 3 points. It was 10-7.
Yeah.
They just haven't been impressing me. I don't know. It was we had some stinkers in the NFL for prime time. The fucking Sunday night game was bad. The Monday night game was worse. The Thursday night game was even worse. All of them. They were all terrible. Eagles, Packers, Steelers, Chargers. It was just snooze fests. But yeah, anything else on the NFL you got there, bro?
I think that's about it.
Alrighty, we will see y'all next weekend. Love y'all.
Later.